Hello, welcome to My Life in Spain. My name is Mark, and today I want to talk about an article that was in the British Daily Mirror newspaper yesterday that said they talked about the prices of alcohol in Spain, and a lot of British tourists says we're not going back. The prices are crazy now, and I live here. I've been here 15 years, and I don't know what they're talking about. It's not that I don't believe them. I mean, they mentioned one couple that went to Magaluf, and Magaluf, if you don't know, is a resort in Mallorca, in one of the Balearic Islands, and it's in the north, and it's mostly known for young people and parties and stuff. It's kind of like a poor man's Ibiza, if you want my honest opinion. Anyway, they were complaining that they had to pay €8 for a gin and tonic. So €8, I don't know what that, sorry, 10 euros for gin and tonic. So €10, I guess, is like $12, maybe a little bit less, maybe 11 something. And I think people in London or people in the United States would say, well, it's not so bad in a bar, in a resort. But it's on the pricey side. It really is. I mean, Magaluf isn't like it's not your Marbella or your Portobanos or your Ibiza. Though these places you will pay a little bit more. But the €10 seems to me pretty steep, to be honest. I mean, even if you're in a cocktail bar somewhere. And gin and tonic is a really standard drink here in Spain. Spaniards, that's their go-to, one of their go-to beverages in the summer is a gin and tonic. I'll give you an example. I haven't had one this year yet, but I probably will. And I would imagine I'm going to pay between €5 and €6 for a really good gin and tonic. And when I say good one, I mean it can be a Spanish gin, Larios, which is excellent. Could be Beefeater, could be Bombay, could be Gordon's. You don't see so much. Tanqueray. But the big difference though here is that when they don't use optics, there's bottles hanging on the wall and you have the glass and it gives you an exact measure. They don't do that in Spain. The bartender pours it, and the common pour here is 7 seconds. So I'll use my beer glass as an example here. So they'll get the bottle of gin and they'll go pour one. They'll count to themselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and stop. That's your normal pour of a gin and tonic in Spain. Now, like I say, where I live, I haven't had one yet, but I don't think I'll pay more than €5 or €6. I know a bottle of Larios in the supermarket, a large liter bottle, or no, it's not liter, it's 750. Bottle of Larios costs €12.30. So, and then the tonic they'll give you most likely will be Schweppes. That seems to be the most popular tonic here. I'm going to do a video soon about the different tonics, about blind tasting, and see which one I like best before I go and have my gin and tonic somewhere. Anyway, I don't live in a tourist resort. Yet I know Benidorm, which is an hour over the mountains from where I live, is renowned for having cheap drinks. It's not a Marbella. It's not an Ibiza. It doesn't market itself as that. It markets itself as a cheap place to go for sun and fun in the sun. And beer prices there are not very high, and I can't imagine a gin and tonic costing very much either. So the British tabloids, they just jump on all this stuff, anti-Spain all the time, because it sells newspapers, I guess. Anyway, I'll give you prices here. I only really drink beer if I go out. And if I drink a pint of beer in a bar, the prices where I live range from €3 a pint to $3.80 a pint, which if you live in the UK you'll know is not expensive. That's in euros, not in pounds, by the way. And it's not expensive in America either. Plus you got to leave a tip. Here you don't have to tip, you just buy the beer. So €3 to $3.80. $3.80 is on the high side. And the reason I pay $3.80 is not because the beer's anything special compared to the others. It's because the owner of the bar doesn't want certain people in the bar, so they keep the prices high. which doesn't bother me. It's up to me if I want to go there. I got plenty of other choices I can go to. So let's say the average then is $3.50 a pint. I mean, if you lived in the UK, you'd be jumping up and down for joy. $3.50 a pint. Wow, that's like £3. Wow. So I don't see where they're complaining about the prices of drinks. Plus, food isn't expensive either. It's. I was in the UK not long ago. I was visiting a friend in the Lake District, and all I kept ever saying to people was, "How much? Like £7 for a pint of beer? How much? Are you serious?" I said, "I want a beer. I don't want to invest in the bar." Anyway, some places are really expensive, I guess. And if you live in Spain, I mean, average price of a can of beer in the supermarket, let's say like this one here, this Argus from Lidl, it's 31 cents a can. What do you pay for a 12-ounce can in the UK? I bet you pay more than 31 euro cents, right? Anyway, that's what it is. It's really cheap here. And like I said, a bottle of gin in the supermarket is 12 euro something. I don't get it. I think it's just the newspapers trying to come up with a story to sell more papers or get more people to go to their website so they can get money from advertising. Drinking here is cheap. It's a normal thing. People relax here. They drink. They spend hours and hours at bars. They don't drink and get drunk. You see very, very few drunks here ever. I mean, they'll go to a bar. In fact, I've been here 15 years and I've seen one drunk person in the bar. And the bar owner called the police. The police came and they say, "What's the problem?" They took the guy aside. They talked to him. They sat him down at a table outside. They said, "Would you like a cigarette?" And they spoke to him, and he obviously told them his problems or whatever was going on. And they said, "Okay, listen, you don't have any more to drink tonight. We're going to give you a lift home." Could you imagine that happening in America? I mean, when I lived there, I remember one time I heard this bang. Now I was sitting out on the back. It was in the summer. I was sitting out in the back, probably having a beer by the pool. And I heard this bang. So I rushed around to the front of the house. And this pickup truck had left the road and hit a tree in my front garden. So I called the police. The driver of the pickup truck, a woman, she got out and ran away. I didn't even talk to her. I said, "Are you okay?" She said, "Yeah," and she ran away. The police arrives. The guy pulls up in the, what do you call them, squad cars or police cars, whatever. He gets out the car. He pulls a gun on me. He takes his gun out, points it at me. I went, whoa, guy, what are you doing? I said, "This is my house. Somebody drove a truck into my tree." That's how they are in America. Aggressive. I mean, it's my house. Oh, I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Obviously, the woman was probably drunk, and she knew she was drunk, and she didn't want to get a ticket, so she went to run away and try and hide for a while. Anyway, like night and day how the police handle things here compared to there. But price, I deviated, but getting back to the prices of drinking here is very cheap. It's very social. It's also great that you can most of the weather's usually great most of the year, so you can sit outside all the time. And also the tapas culture. Many places, especially Andalusia, if you order a beer or a glass of wine, they're going to give you something to nibble with it, whether it's just potato chips, nuts, or even like Russian salad, or sometime in Andalusia you'll get all kinds of things, anchovies, macarons, all sorts. So it really is a nice culture. But this British newspaper I don't understand these prices. I mean, it's like I say, in Ibiza I can see it, in Marbella I can see it, but Benidorm, no way they're doing that. No way. Anyway, tell me what you've experienced if you've been here on vacation, and have you been price gouged? Because that's obviously what they're doing if they're charging those kind of prices. So if you like this video and you want to know more about what it's like to live in Spain, Please subscribe, and I'll be posting videos at least once a week in the summer. I want to do a little bit of traveling, but at least once a week, once on the Saturday, I'll put a video out, and it'll all be about living in Spain. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you again on the next video. Bye for now.